Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks, wherever you are. Welcome to M1 Racing, and very special event for you all today. It is the grand finale of Season 1 of the GFR Iron Man. So our 100% race league, we just get the one-shot qualifier, which we found out about our track about an hour ago, and then we're straight into a 100% race. I'm delighted to say I'm joined once again by the inimitable David T. David, welcome, and I think it's good afternoon to you now. How's things this week?
It is afternoon, but yes, I always say my good mornings. It's pretty good. Long weekend, got a holiday tomorrow, so get to sit back and enjoy some racing and not have to worry about work tomorrow.
Indeed.
So,
yeah, Memorial Day for you guys. Is that right tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Very good. Well, let's refresh our memory of what happened last time out. They've got the replay, my point of view, from Spain last time out. Mac T, another victory for Mac T, and we'll show what that means in the championship in just a moment. Charlie Ark came in second, SS7 in third. David, you finished in fourth. Not a bad result for you out around Spain.
Best result of the season. I'll take it.
Definitely. Desaves in fifth, Emelecki in sixth, a surprising sixth for Emelecki, usually stronger than
Race
that.
to forget for him.
Yeah, that wasn't their best. They did still fastest lap for me, right at the very end though.
Yep.
Good on him. But by quite some margin, so it wasn't close. And there was me in seventh. So what does that mean for the championship? Well, as you
I'm going to put this one out there.
Go on, Dave.
Charlie just said he's not making it. No Charlie, no Mac T so far. The only other winner in the Iron Man is Emelecki. So it's all on the cards today for who's taking that top spot. Podiums are potentials today. So
yeah,
we'll definitely see how it goes.
Well, Mac T is our Iron Man champion. That was confirmed from Spain. But Emelecki is in second on 91. SS7 on 84. So I think that's
7-point gap.
That's it. They're the ones to look out for today then, Emelecki and SF7. But we also have out on track with us this week. We should have. I don't see him in the lobby yet, but M. Dorling is coming. So M. Dorling in the...
Yes.
If I'm right, David, M. Dorling in the Elite League qualified on pole.
He did.
In Season 2 and then finished third in the race. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
And then Emelecki finished second in that one to M1 Righty.
Yes.
So
yeah, M1 Righty took the win, so they're going to be a good ones to watch for this. I've not raced Monza at all in any league on this game. Only done some 5-lappers here or there, so this will be an interesting one. I have no idea what to do for fuel. Nothing.
You and me both, David. That's okay. So we'll work it out together, I think. Yeah, watch for M. Dorling.
I think I'm just going to load it up and run with it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping not to have to deal with fuel saving again, so I'm going to throw tons in as much as I can this time. I'm trying to avoid as much of that.
I think...
Go ahead.
If I can interrupt you real quick.
No, go ahead.
think Mercedes will secure the constructors, considering Mac T is not racing today. Because it is a 12-point gap. And with us only having 8 so far, if the Mercedes duo of SS7 and Desaves can score at least 13 points, they have to get at least 13 because it wouldn't win on the countback of wins. If they can score 13 points, they would take the constructors.
Absolutely right. So Ferrari lead
They are
the way.
They are the only other team because Emelecki on his own cannot win it for Aston. If he had his teammate here, they could potentially get it. But his teammates for Vatsa is not here today.
So between Ferrari and Mercedes for the constructors, Aston.
It's all up to Merc at this point.
Yeah.
And I think I've cemented Haas at getting 6th. I don't think we can catch the guys ahead.
Well, unless I beat you today, David, which is highly unlikely. If Goat is out there, we've got
he
the one
could
LP.
theoretically, but he could theoretically pass me. But I think I'm hoping a 15-point gap is enough to hold him off. he has to outscore me by 10. Right now, the minimum points is 4, becomes 2 once Dorland gets here. So it could happen, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I got to do some work to keep a hold of that one.
So what we know about Monza, David, is it's very, very fast. Fastest on the F1 calendar. And there's that treacherous turn 1. The chicane, the Vesfilio chicane at the end of the main straight. I think we'll just try and tiptoe through there. If I've got my front wing coming out the other side of that, I'll be delighted. M. Dorling's just arrived in the lobby.
Yes, he has.
So we're going to have 9 drivers out there this week with no Charlie.
Ready up time.
Oh, let's get going.
Points for everybody. Just got to finish the race.
That's been my strategy all along, which is why AlphaTauri have 23. Well,
there is a formation lap, and don't forget your setups.
Oh, well done. Yeah, we've made that mistake before. I've got to keep an eye on fuel. Oh, and for those who have joined us for the first time, Mint Block, who you're going to see here in just a moment, are from the FIA, GFR FIA. So Mint has never raced with us, I don't think, before, but they're going to be racing out there today. I'm told Mint is quite quick, so we'll keep a close eye out for that now.
Just got to see.
I'm going to just pick the standard one here.
No soft one this time?
No.
Softest
it was worth a try last time out. All right, setup. First things first, setup. Now, I did actually go and steal M. Dorling's Monza setup for this one.
Oh, sneaky.
I don't know if it's going to do me any good whatsoever, but I thought, well, if it works for him,
it's probably a good setup to steal, though.
If
there's one to steal, him, Mac T, one of those two.
And I've just checked the weather. It's dry, so qualifying and race.
A full dry race.
So no.
Just gotta wait and see
this time out. I'm very pleased.
Well, I have readied up. I am ready to get on the track. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of track limits here. The only place I really see track limits being an issue is out of the Ascari chicane.
Yeah, well, at the second Lesmo as well. I think that's the other risk.
Yeah, those are the only really 2 spots where you can get track limits. So I think it'll be a pure pace race here to see who gets it.
Well, here we go. One shot qualifying, folks. We don't get another chance of this.
Don't forget your DRS.
Wide open. Judge, we're breaking into the chicane. And around the Curva Grande. I was far too gentle through there. Hannes was going fastest for a moment there. I just kept it in track limits there. Just.
The rust is showing for me right now.
I'm throwing this AlphaTauri around like it's no tomorrow, but I am 8th at the minute. It's not working out. Into the parabolica at the very end of this lap. And we are going to cross the line for around about 120 for me, I think. 119.988 for me. David, what was yours?
19.58. SS7 invalidated. Key point there. And Mint Block with pole.
Oh, go Mint.
It's pretty rapid. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Came showed up, took pole.
Way to go, Mint. Very nicely done.
Didn't ask any questions, yeah. Hannah second. Wow, pretty close up there.
Not bad.
My first sector was atrocious.
So 119.156 for mint. So that's rapid. 119.2 for Mr. Hannes. Wow, okay, Mr. Hannes has been practicing. That knee is not holding him back. Emelecki in third. Oh, we've got to watch out for Emelecki. Tesaves.
I had the fastest third sector, but the slowest first sector.
Well, we're all in the 119, so I'm going to take that.
Yeah, and SS7 had I just barely missed it, but he was fairly close up there. I think he had like a 19.2, so he would have been up there too, just barely missed out on it. So, gonna be good to see him fight back through. Yep, no rain.
No rain. So, right, laps. So I'm going to put fuel in first. I think this is going to eat fuel, this track. So I'm going up. I'm going to put 4 more extra laps in because I'm always running short. Right. And tyres. 1 stop or 2 stop, David? What do you reckon?
I am giving no details today, but I have my strategy picked out.
Okay.
Yes, I know what I am going for. I don't know if anybody else would be looking at it.
All right.
Do remember, formation lap.
Indeed. Right. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just going to go with that, and we'll see what happens. I fancy I might need more than one. Anyway, right. Am I going to change this in any way, shape, or form? Let's take a look out there. Right. Let's see what happens. Oh, looks as though we're starting.
10-second countdown.
Good luck, folks. Yep. Good luck, David. Have a good one. Last one, remember.
Still got the formation lap.
Oh, yeah.
We got a little bit of time
to
talk about it.
Excited.
Emelecki's starting on hards.
Oh, interesting.
I thought I saw that white all the way from across over there. Ghosty on some mediums, and I think a couple at the front may be on some mediums also. So now that we've kind of locked in, I'm actually looking at a 2-stop here for the strategy.
Well, I've gone the same. So I've gone soft, medium, soft. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but that was my thought process.
That chicane right there cost me so much time in the qualifying. I hit a bump and just sent it out so bad. But I kept it within track limits, so that's all that matters. Kind of sad we didn't get some rain for the last Iron Man here.
Would have been lovely. Rain, but
yeah,
it's looking pretty overcast here, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, means tire temps are going to stay pretty low.
That's
I would not want to. I'm definitely not want to touch those hards if that's the case.
Wow, it's a brave move. Emelecki does like that hard medium strategy, but they're obviously only going for the 1 stop. Right, find my pit box here, right behind David. Superb parking.
I'll take it. It's purple.
Yeah, purple will do.
Yeah, purple will do.
What happened to
SS7? He just he didn't make it in the box. He's still gonna be able to race.
That's
the best pointing to the left here off the start.
Here we go. Have a good race, folks.
Yep.
See you on the other side of this.
Dorling with a rapid start. Oh my gosh.
Wow, lightning.
Broke a little early. Wanted to give space. Yep.
There's Emilecki on those hards.
Yeah, he's probably trying to avoid a time penalty from that point. Dorling with a rapid start.
It just disappeared off that start line.
Yeah, he just zoomed past me.
Oh, someone gone long.
Hannes went a little wide there, but all good.
Now, DRS is everything here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously got a couple of laps before that comes into play. SS7 is trying to find a way past me already. Cheeky. Cheeky. I'm not going to let him have that quite so easily.
Oh, that turn on heavy fuel is something different. I was not expecting it to be that.
I'm trying to do my best to keep SS7 behind me here. He's not enjoying it. He's going to look down the inside of me at Parabolica. He's gone deep, so I'm going switcheroo.
Hannes is not having a pretty good opening lap here. Those mediums are not working out too well for him.
Stop. The car stops. Oh.
Kind of got dive bombed by Hannes there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I couldn't really do anything to avoid him either. I go to turn right at the latest possible opportunity. His nose is still there, but we're fine. No damage. Keep going.
That's a lot of curb there, so. Right. Off we go. I've got Emilecki on those warming up hards behind me now.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to break into Lesmo 2, which is not a good idea.
Yeah, you might need a little bit of slowing down there.
Every now and again. It helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this car does not want to turn quite as nimbly as it would do normally.
Yeah, not like it was in qualifying.
Oh, the fastest laps coming in now, and him Dorling with the earliest of the best of them so far.
Yep. All the smoke into turn one. Woo. Talk about trying to find your braking point and your turn-in points. Woo.
The beauty of ABS, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, and also on PC you can turn those particles off.
That's
but
true.
us console players, we just get to sit there and look at it. Decibus got a little bit of the gravel there, so that helps me make sure I stay in DRS range of him.
I'm trying to hang on
The
to the back of
DRS is
Hannes
powerful
now.
here.
It certainly is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's long. Wow, how do I not?
Felt like I still may have overfueled here.
Well, I've got tons of fuel at the minute, 3.95.
Yeah, same.
So I've probably got too much, in all honesty. But now Emilecki is definitely starting to look at my rear end a little bit more.
As it stands, Mercedes would actually win the constructors if it finished right here.
All right.
Fourth and sixth would give them enough.
Now Emilecki's probably cursing me. Holding him up. He's probably happy to sit there on those hards for now. Who is in the lead of this race, David? Can you tell from your point of view?
I want to say it's Mint still with Ghosty right behind him. And M. Dorling in third right behind them. Those three are in our DRS train. And then you've got the train of Desvest, myself, SS7, all the way back to Hannes next. I think I'm fixing to get double done by the Mercedes here, though.
It looks that way.
No, I'm going to be able to fend one of them off at least. Or both.
Nice. Oh, I got a little tap from Emeleki there.
Probably an incidental one. He's normally not one to try and tap you around. Not like I did to him in Spain, unfortunately.
Yeah. Didn't get reported, though, I don't think, David. So
no, he didn't report me for it, and I appreciate him for it, but I think even he knew it wasn't intentional. I think Desivest has let SS7 go.
I think that's the right strategy, probably.
Mm-hmm.
SS7's trying to recover.
I have such a good Ascari exit every lap, man. It feels so good to me.
If I can get the entry to it right, I know I'm good.
Yeah. Either I'm running less downforce than these guys or something. I don't know. I'm gonna be shocked. I don't know what it is. That was a terrible turn one.
Well, everyone closed up there.
Yeah.
Desivest
I had
has now
a terrible
got Mr.
turn
Hannes
one.
taking a look.
Mm-hmm. I need to know if SS7 is flashing already or not. That's what I need to know.
Desivest just lost it in front of me with Hannes, and I just managed to brake in time. Otherwise,
Ooh, that's good.
That was going to be a massive collision.
Yes. The good news, we are catching the leaders.
Are we really?
Yes. I think they had a little bit of a battle up there to assist with it.
Ah.
But yes, we were within 2 seconds, and we've gained over a second this lap alone to them.
I wonder if SS7 didn't put strict track limits on. There's a couple of times I've gone a little bit wide, and I've expecting to get a warning and got nothing.
No, it wouldn't be because he wouldn't have got disqualified in qualifying then.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's definitely... SS7 is now taking fourth. To the back of him.
Oh,
I completely missed that
Desivest.
breaking point. That is going to cost me to lose that turn one.
Well, it's all happening in front of me.
Yeah.
I've done everything I could not to hit anybody. I'm not quite sure I've managed it. Don't do that, Emeleki, not there.
I lost myself DRS.
Well, that's the end of my race.
No.
The first one. That's a real shame. All right, well, all is not lost, folks, because that's where we switch over to commentary. I can't believe we managed to get this far before this is what's happened, but that's what's happened. So we flip over to full-on commentary. So this is going to be interesting. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Trying to avoid the back of people and then probably overdid it myself. M. Dorling is into the pits. Everyone's coming in.
I think a lot of us are going in.
Yeah, that's safety car because that's me, sadly. has created that safety car.
Yeah. All but Hannes, I think, have pit, which I think this is the second time he's now been caught out by this, by not pitting at the right time.
So Hannes is in.
Because you want to pit under a safety car.
You'd think so, because everyone is now going to be on the back of Hannes. Hannes on old tyres.
Oh. And unfortunately, the Mercedes got screwed. I jumped SS7 in the pits. I don't know how I managed that one, but I jumped him. I'm not complaining.
All right, so we're on lap 8 of 53. I've ruined my run of consecutive finishes.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I lost mine in Singapore.
You did indeed.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hannes does lead the way, but has not pitted. 7-lap-old medium tyres. Then M. Dorling.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not super old, those mediums. Then so Goat has gone on. So M. Dorling's gone on to mediums. Goat has gone on to softs. Mint is on mediums. David, you're on softs, but you know that
softs.
Anyway.
Second set it's softs.
SS7 has gone hards.
Yes.
Emelec is new mediums and Decivest onto hards. So the Mercedes team following each other, it would seem at this point. Everyone chasing down Hannes behind the safety car.
Yeah, and if he pits, he goes straight to the back of the field, which granted, it's not 20 positions, but still.
Oh, I'm gutted. I've been so looking forward to this one. I put it in the barrier. Anyway, there we go. That's
obviously, you never want anybody to DNF. But if there is one person that DNFs to bring the entertainment value up, I would actually agree that you would be the best one. But we don't want you to DNF. At least we get a very good commentary for this final race.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to do my best. So it's going to get very tight into turn 1 again, so we're going to have another lap under the safety car because I made such
I think
a
it'll
mess
come
of
in
my
this lap.
Wheels going everywhere. Not quite a Perez from today in Monaco.
I saw that one. Ooh.
That was a big one.
Charles brought it home. He finally won his home race.
Well,
the curse is ended.
It's over, and he has a well-deserved victory, but it's a weird race, Monaco now. It's not really racing. In a way,
it's whoever gets, especially considering it was basically a zero stop for a lot of those drivers. Technically, they did stop, but it was under the red flag, so a very weird race to see play out like that. And I have to say this: the Mercedes bottled that one so bad. Ooh, I'm trying not to get wing damage here.
Yeah, so got very tight there for a moment.
Yeah.
Everyone is following rather close behind when they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to stay a little staggered and give a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Just in case, because you never know when it's going to slow up and you need to hit those brakes all of a sudden.
All right, it's in this lap.
Safety cars in.
Yep. All right, so Mr. Hannes is going to be under all sorts of pressure into turn 1.
Yes, he's going to be the cork in the bottle. This reminds me of Mexico from Iron Man, and also of Australia season 2, where Hannes stayed out.
Well, when does Hannes go? He could go from any point now, really. Still weaving around at the front. I think he's about to go any moment now. Brave to do it on the entry to Parabolica.
I think he's waiting until the very last moment to go.
It's going to drag you all down the straight here. Everyone else waiting patiently. Oh, literally waiting for the start-finish line. And away he goes. And he drags everyone with him. So M. Dorling in close attention. Then comes Goat. But Mint has got to jump on Goat there. Mint moving up into third. It's got the inside. Touches the rear wheel of the Alfa Romeo of Dorling. Goat takes advantage of that, gets back through on Mint. So Mint drops back down into fourth. David, you've probably seen that all happening in front of you.
Oh, right in front. We wanted to make sure I didn't hit any of them and gave myself plenty of room to negotiate it.
Well, M. Dorling seems to be a bit wide through as they approached the chicane there. But M. Dorling holding on to second. Then there's a switch with David T. Nice move down on the inside of Lesmo 1. Will he have David have the inside for 2? Well done, David. Up into fourth place for the Haas driver.
Now I got to get it going.
And David is on his way. And it's also happening up the front as well. So Dorling takes a look down the inside of Hannes into the Ascari chicane, steps back in behind the Red Bull. And we follow line astern. Emilecki is at the back, 3.5 seconds back, actually. So something
he had a little moment out of Lesmo, too.
All right,
I saw Dorling's
looking very racy now. That extra grip into I've got to get my words out. Parabolic on the inside of Mr. Hannes, and Ghosty is also going to come through on Hannes. Hannes using their battery, trying to stay with the Alfa Romeo. Dorling's got a chat. Oh no, Hannes now has the challenge of Goat on the inside. David T going the long way round, has a better exit, tucks back in behind Mr. Hannes. And Dorling blasting away as David tries to go around the outside of Hannes. And will now have the inside into the chicane. David is through. Another place for David, moving back to fourth. Mint Block dropping back a little bit. Not really getting the best of these early skirmishes. The hard runners of SS7 and Decivest in 6th and 7th. Not surprisingly, they'll probably just happily hang there for now, as long as no one else disappears too far off into the distance. And then Emilecki is gradually closing down on the Mercedes drivers, and they've already pulled in 1.5 seconds as Mr. Hannes goes very wide out of Ascari and has lost another place there to Mint Block. So Mint Block moves up into fourth. So David, Mint is outside of DRS at the moment, but you're on the
trying
back.
to hold that as best I can.
Yes, go with Goat if you can. Goat is now coming down.
I'm trying to stick with these two up here.
And Goat assumes the lead of this race. Emilecki sets the fastest lap, 122.165. And Goat.
It all comes down to my braking into turn one. If I can get turn one right, I can hold it with these guys, but I have to get turn one every lap correctly. Otherwise, they just pull away from me.
If stay within that DRS, if you can keep Mint out of DRS, I think in a lap or two, you'll have this three-way battle for the front of this race to yourselves. But Mint is closing down, so those medium tyres starting to get switched on. Goat is rapid right now, but it goes very wide. That's exactly what I did. Goat was smart enough to keep it out of the wall. It's not given him Dorling as much as a run as I thought they would have. Ooh, I don't know, David, you saw that, but
I saw a little bit of it. I was more focused on seeing how close Mint was behind me, and he must have had a moment out of Lesmo 1 because he was just under the DRS, and he dropped like back 4/10 into that into Lesmo 2 right before the DRS detection and lost it.
I think Dorling must have had a similar moment because I envisaged seeing Dorling fly past Goat. It was a huge moment, exactly the same as I had. It's just mine carried on into the wall. Dorling now is going to go back through on Goat, back into the lead of this race. David in close attention behind as we go through the Retafilio chicane. Mint Block recovering, but has now got SS7 and Decivest coming in to view. Mr. Hannes is still sticking with this DRS train, so has not dropped out of contention at this point. They'll be looking for perhaps another safety car and another opportunity to change. Was a bit of an odd decision, David, by Mr. Hannes to stay out on those medium tyres.
I mean, if he can hold on to the DRS, it's definitely worth. But he's got to be able to hold on.
And he has dropped out now, 1.2 behind Decivest. So, and let me get down to Mr. Hannes and Emilecki. Goat has got back through on Dorling. So we'll see the lead change here numerous times.
Yeah, these two are doing a marvelous job just DRS swapping, pulling ahead. And I'm just hanging on to the coattails for as long as possible to try and stick with them.
Mr. Hannes very wide out of Ascari again. So Emilecki going to go around the long way around the Parabolica on the Red Bull, and the Aston moves through into 7th. SS7 is on a bit of a charge. They're up into 4th now. They're also dragging Mint with them, but SS7, remember, on hard tyres. is showing some good pace here. Decivest tucks back in behind their teammate as Mint comes back through on SS7. Back to the front, Goat and M. Dorling leading the way. Careful, David, dropping out of that DRS.
I knew it was eventually probably going to happen, but I'm holding on as long as I can.
Very close between Goat and M. Dorling. This is going to be the race for victory. It would look to be at these relatively early stage, only on lap 14 of 53, so plenty of time left to go and plenty more to happen yet. Yeah, so the Mercedes drivers starting to come into their own here. Mint has got back through, but SS7 Decivest really going well together here. These hards will probably go through to around about, I'm going to say, lap 30 before they might think about another switch. Maybe even a bit longer. How are you feeling about those soft tyres, David?
So far, they're okay, but as soon as I lost the DRS, it was just a matter of time. But they gave me a good run off the start from that safety car restart, and that's what I wanted.
The lead at the front has switched again, so Goat is back through on M. Dorling. David now has Mint behind him, and then comes SS7, then comes Decivest. Then we get a bit of a gap to Emelecki, but Emelecki now starting to build into this race, and will be on the back of Decivest, I think, in no time at all. Yeah, so these medium tyres starting to be the grippier of those. Well, I can't move away to my notes, so I'm going to have to bring that up elsewhere. Into the Ascari chicane for the Haas, the Williams, the two Mercedes. Then comes Emelecki, gradually closing down on this battle. M. Dorling will have another run on Goat Ghosty, and Goat is going to start feeling the grip drift away on those soft tyres. M. Dorling right on the back of the Alpine. DRS wide open, easy pass. David under pressure now from Mint Block coming through, taking third. And indeed, Mint is through. Then comes SS7 behind David, and Decivest following their teammate through. Emelecki has got the gap down to 1.4 seconds to Decivest. This is the time of the race where the mediums are coming in to their own. And indeed, the hard runners also. Mint's now got to get after Goat if they want these mediums, or to get the best out of them.
It's totally different hearing the commentary directly into the headphones. It's nice, but it's totally different.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on board there with SS7 as they were following you, David. SS7's got about 50% battery, David. I don't know what yours is looking like right now. I can
20.
see the peak. Yeah.
So he's got more battery. I'll give him that. But this is the fun part of the DRS trains.
Definitely is. Nice move, David. See if you can hold on the inside. You've still got some front end there, though, David. It's hanging on at the front.
Yeah. The front, yeah, I kind of pushed to have a little bit more front end for this race. I want to be able to get my turn ends sharp. Trying to get used to that F124 experience.
Yeah,
where you got all the front end in the...
I'm hearing some mixed reviews about 24.
Yeah.
Mint is not closing down on M. Dorling, so M. Dorling is just sticking with Goat, I guess, with those medium tyres. They'll take those a long way. Emelecki is now within DRS of Decivest, so Emelecki's joined the back of this train behind Mint.
Hannes has made a pit stop finally.
Yeah. brand new hard tyres for them.
I just feel like that offset is just not going to work out too well for him.
Yeah, there's barring some kind of major event that brings them back into play. An interesting idea. I mean, it did give them track position for a period of time, and they and obviously they've given up their track position now. Okay, so Emeleki does have DRS on Decives, but is completely out of battery. So they've obviously had to push very, very hard, and has not been able to stay with the Mercedes driver there. And
there's a patented terrible exit out of turn 2 for David T.
And I see it with SS7 now. Looking pretty strong there. He's trying to go down the inside into the next chicane. No. Tucks back in behind you. Hang on there, David. Hang on. SS7 is out of battery. Now I'm giving you a unique perspective.
Yes, but that straight line speed is actually it's actually probably best that he gets by me there, because I think I slingshotted him back into Mint's DRS, which keeps us both in play for this race. Well, actually, which is the important thing.
My screen was telling me porcupines as well, because they had 50% battery when it said it had 0. Went back to their cockpit and sure enough they had 50%. So an easy pass. So SS7 through on David, and he's now hunting down Mint Block. This could be interesting if SS7 can keep this pace up, David. I could see Sam being up there towards the end of this race. Mint is starting to drop back a little bit. I think these mediums are starting to drop, although M. Dorling is now through on GOAT. So these softs now are all of these tyres 11 laps old, rather than Hannes. Now, if Hannes can put some good lap times in, you never know. I'm sure you and a few others are probably thinking about pitting again. Lap 19.
Well, right now he's outside the pit window. He's outside my pit window, so he would still not come out. If I pit right now, he would not come out ahead of me.
No, you're safe.
I would still come out ahead. So yes, that's the good news. Now, if we continue to lose a little bit of time to him, he would end up getting back ahead. But at what point do we pit? Do we have the tire offset to him to where we then gain back to him?
Yeah, Miss Sanders was seeming to have a good last lap, but then they dropped second and a half all of a sudden. I think must have misjudged their braking. They're bringing that time back again, but they really need to compound this. SS7 getting through now on Mint Block. SS7 starting to fly here, and Goat is back through on M. Dorling, and Emeleki is finding their way past David. Starting.
These soft tires have kind of hit that point.
I think you're right.
Over 30% wear.
Stay with that DRS if you can, David, and you might be all right.
That's the goal. Hang on to it as long as possible.
So Emeleki threw up into 6th. Mint is now sandwiched by 2 Mercedes, and SS7 is going to try and close down M. Dorling. This will bring them back into play pretty quickly. I'm impressed with the pace of Goat, though, David.
Yeah, he's always had some really good pace. It's just had some unfortunate timings of, especially when safety cars come out in some races, where the unfortunate side of being M1's teammate in the Elite League means you're probably pitting right after him and double stacking.
Yeah.
So having him as a teammate is a tough one, but I think he's managed well, and he's had some very good races, even with those circumstances. So
they are just trading DRS up the front, these two.
Yes.
SS7 now 2.3 seconds back from the Alpine. Mint has managed to stick with SS7 for now, at least. Decives just hanging on to the back of Mint, as is Emeleki, as is David. So you're still there, David. You're still there.
Just hanging on, oh so close.
Han is closing in by just under a second a lap, but not much more than that. Ooh, Decevest through on Mint. So I don't know if Mint just had a moment there.
I think he may have had a moment through the chicane.
Oh, yeah, and then Decevest has a big one coming out of Lesmo too. And that's giving Mint the run around the outside of the Mercedes. Mint up back into fourth. Now, well, if Mint's going to be racing with us next season, that's going to be excellent. They certainly fit right
another good one up here. Right in the mix of where all the battles are.
Yeah.
Which is where all the fun happens.
Mint went very wide through Ascari. So it's given it Decevest some incentive and Emeleki. As we head down the main straight, Decevest pulls out the slipstream, as does Emeleki. Decevest moves up into fourth. Mint holds on to fifth.
Emeleki trying to get a good run on him.
Had a good exit.
He really set that exit up. Yeah, he set that one up to try and get that run.
SS7 gradually closing in on M. Dorling. It's only a tenth or so a lap, but it's still happening.
Every little bit matters.
We're coming up on half distance, not quite there yet. Yeah, Decevest through. Mint is starting to struggle, I think. And Emeleki's getting a sense of that, I think. I'm going to sit on the cockpit of Emeleki here. Brave man goes down the inside of Ascari.
I don't think you're going to see a lot of passes into that one.
No.
That's you have to be fully ahead to send that one into it. It's a tough one to send.
But this battling, David, it's helping you stay with these guys in front for sure.
Yeah, it is, and we're losing a small amount of time to Hannes, but enough to where if we keep offsetting these tires, it'll play into our hands.
And Obo is watching with us on Twitch, and he's just suddenly got home, and he's asked a very reasonable question: what happened to me? Well, I lost it out of Lesmo too, Owen. And I lost pretty much everything. So that was the end of my run of consecutive finishes in the Iron Man, sadly. But it was fun while it lasted. It just didn't last very long, sadly for me. That's
what my girlfriend said. I'm kidding, but great chance of a joke.
That door was wide open for you, David. Well taken. Well taken.
Yep.
Well taken. So, that was not my best performance, sadly. I was really looking forward to Monza because I'm not super slow around here. I'd even put enough fuel in this time as well. But there we go. Oh, and Mint has gone straight through. That's one way of getting across the Ascari. I wouldn't recommend it. And that it would allow Emeleki straight past. And David sees an opportunity there as well.
Not quite yet.
Not quite.
I am on the soft tires here, so I don't want to lose it. SS7 has had a moment, I think, because he's dropped back.
Now 4 seconds. That was down to closer to 2.
Yeah.
So, M. Dorling and Go battling out at the front. So, Owen. What's happened? There's a yellow flag.
Mint tapped the back of Emeleki and they spun around right in front of me.
Oh, yeah. So Mint is recovering, having gone through the barriers. There is Emeleki. Looks to be all in one piece.
I think he's letting Emeleki back by too, which is a nice thing to do there. So
I think Mint does know what they're doing and maybe just misjudged that.
Yeah, it was a tough one. We all were carrying a lot of speed into that turn one. It is a tough one to get that right.
Just coming up on half distance, the old the old brain goes into tunnel vision mode. So Emeleki's got to do it all again. We didn't get a safety car. So SS7 has dropped back and Decevest is right back with them now. So Mercedes back racing again. David doing your best to get back. If you tell you what, if you get on the back of these Mercedes, this race is wide open. Obo think he's got their money on Dorling, and well, we were saying before the start of this race, Owen, that Matt obviously took, and we're going back through on Goat now. They had pole in the Elite League race season 2 and finished third that race. Matt does seem to like this track, although starting to get a little bit wide on the way out of turn 2 there, but back through on Goat. But all credit to Goat taking these soft tyres as far as they have. David, you gave up on those, rightly so.
Yep. Fell out of
mediums.
DRS. It was the right time to come in, because if you look at this, absolute perfection of the timing. Because guess who now gets a healthy dose of DRS on a Hannes ahead of me?
Aha. Smart move.
Absolute perfect timing.
There we are.
On that call.
We dropped down to you. So yeah, there's David within DRS of Hannes. Hannes on the 9-lap old hard tyres. Yeah,
Just got to get these up to temperature.
Yeah, Goat on 17-lap old softs is, I think.
Yeah, those softs were holding on quite well. I'm not gonna lie.
They've had
quite nice.
They've been able to stay in the DRS of Matt for a long while, and that's probably helped to a large degree.
Yeah, sitting in a DRS train there is a very big help.
SS7 has been passed by Decivest, so I don't know if SS7 picked up some damage perhaps along the way. No, maybe they just lost their rhythm. They were flying at one point. SS7 back through on the Mercedes now. So the two Mercedes drivers working together, it would seem, but having lost a big chunk of time to Dorling and Goat Ghosty. Decivest not letting SS7 go, that's for sure. Right, back up to Goat and M. Dorling. What do you reckon Goat's running the risk of a puncture here, David?
No, he's not close enough. No, I pitted and I was on like 43% wear on my rears at the worst.
All right.
So he's nearing 50%.
Well, I see you've got through on Hannes, David.
Oh, yep. Oh. And we have our first victim.
And who
Imaleki with a 3-second penalty.
It had to be Imaleki.
Yep.
Had to be Imaleki. Picks up the first 3-second time penalty. I don't think it will be the last one, although I did feel as though it was being a bit generous, because a couple of times I thought I was nailed on for a track limit warning and didn't get one.
Yeah, it's a very close one on that. Yeah, I think I overfueled quite a bit here. But better to be overfueled than underfueled, in my opinion.
Goat is back through on M. Dorling. And they're back in the lead, lap 27. So we are pretty much halfway. 27 out of 53. Difficult to call at this stage. I think it's likely be between these two at the front. But you never know. They haven't got enough of a cushion to really get a free pit stop by any means. The Mercedes seem to have 3 seconds for Decivest, so they're starting to come in, David.
Oh,
have you had any track limit warnings yet?
2.
Okay.
All out of Lesmo 2. Both of them out of there. So very important to get that correct.
Most definitely is. So M. Dorling following on behind. Goat Ghosty into the Parabolica. All right on board with Matt. Matt has 100% battery.
Wow. Yes, this is an easy track to save up battery on. I will admit that. Especially when you're in a DRS train.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think when we get towards the end here. So, I guess everyone has pitted at least once.
But yes, but I don't know if people will be able to carry tires all the way to the end. Considering we pit on, what, lap 8? The hards may be able to go that far. But do they hold the pace long enough to go that far?
Well, all I'm thinking is, what did Goat start on? Because if Goat started on softs, they're going to have to go, and they've switched straight on softs a second time. They're going to have to do something else. That opens the door for Matt to do whatever he likes. Up front, they could take softs, and then I don't think Goat will stay with them. As Goat is back through. Matt is quite happy to let Goat take the lead. I just don't think they're bothering to fight. No need.
I've finally shaken Hannes out of my DRS. Took me a couple laps, but I finally shook him.
Yep, we're with you now, David. Yeah, Hannes starting to drop back now on those slightly older hard tyres. You're 10 seconds back from Mint, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly that 10 seconds comes down. Mint on very old mediums now.
It was about 15, 16 when I pit. So it's slowly coming down, but...
Yeah, under 10 now.
I'll give you a little bit of help on it. Let's see. If the engineer would be quiet.
So, yeah, down another half-second gained in that half a lap. So, Mint is really sort of holding station about 4.5 seconds back from Emeleki. Emeleki with that 3 second
I'm gaining
time
2 seconds a lap to Mint right now. 2 seconds.
That's a good-looking time.
Now, I don't know if either one of them got damage from that contact. Mint would probably be the most likely candidate for damage, concern his front wing was the thing that hit Emeleki. But no telling.
Yellow flag, sector 2.
Hannes, I think, went a little wide on the outside of...
still going.
That chicane. I don't remember the name of the bit. I can't remember the name so well.
That's the one that does me, and I can remember the others, so I can't remember that one. SS7 Mac on the back of their teammate Decivest. Decivest with 3 second time penalty. So it shouldn't really fight SS7 here. Don't think they are. So SS7 through. Benefit of DRS. Goat struggling now to hang on. I see that for the first time. I think that gap to Dorling is starting to stretch out. Get on board with Goat. Plenty of battery left for Goat, actually. At 50%. Mr. Hannes is in. They've had enough of those hard tyres. Oh,
no,
Mr. Hannes
he's retired from the session. He has called it quits. Well, P7 is the worst of it today. Guaranteed 6 points. But if Dorling is up there in first, he's going to take P5 from me, and so would Goat Ghosty. So P7 in the championship is what it's looking like also as of right now.
Yeah, Mercedes are going to take constructors for sure at this rate.
Oh, yeah. Because they're guaranteed, what, 7th and 6th is 14 points? No. Yeah, 14 points.
Yeah.
So they would guarantee it. That's 2 points more than what they need. Congratulations. But they still have to finish.
They do.
Or at least get to 90% race distance.
Goat is in. So that is them having enough of those soft tyres.
Yes. Now, where does he come out is the question. I think he still comes out ahead of me.
Just about. We'll get down to you and we'll see. So you're coming through Parabolica as Mint is... it
is a very long pit lane.
It is.
Actually, he comes out behind me.
He's going to
just
come
a bit.
Just behind you. Yep. So you're going to have a very, very fast Ghosty in just a moment on your rear end. Now, I don't have my other timing screen running, so it'll be interesting to see what the difference is between Goat's times and M. Dorling's times.
Yes.
They're going to have some traffic to get through, Goat, here.
He's already right on my bumper. Or not quite, but he's within DRS already. So he is going to be rapid.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with Goat as they come onto your rear end here.
Don't think he gets me down this straight, but either on the next straight or the main straight, he will definitely have me. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not gonna fight it because we are in two different races at the moment.
Oh, Mr. Hannes has said hi in the chat. So, in his words, David, bad strategy call,
Yeah.
bad tyre pressures, huge exam tomorrow that he needs to study
you're good,
for,
Hannes.
and have a good evening. And tell David I'm sorry
Yeah.
for turn one. So,
Yeah, he's good. It's just part of racing. I'm not gonna lie, Dorling is in. Let's see where he filters out.
Wow. So okay. So Dorling is on their way out now, as you two blast past. So, it'd be interesting to see how this one plays out. So, obviously, Ghosty is probably net first, but we don't know what the Mercedes drivers are going to do.
And man, I'm just saying this. Goat Pit came out within a second of me. A lap later, Dorling pits, and he's 2 seconds behind me.
Yeah. That is the power of the undercut in Monza.
Yes, it is very powerful around here. And think, they were well ahead of me. They were 6-7 seconds probably ahead of me whenever I pit.
Yeah. So that extra pace on new tyres may not worth it.
It's very nice.
Your two-stop strategy is looking pretty good at the minute, David. In one way or another.
I think I might have pulled a blinder on calling that pit stop at the right time. Granted, I will probably need to pit again, but the timing of it was quite nice. I'm not going to lie. We'll see. It depends on how well I can make these tires hold on.
The field is gradually coming together. SS7 and 3 seconds from Mint. So SS7 has got
the penalties are slowly building up.
Yeah, they are. Goat sets the fastest lap, 121.363. These times are going to come down very quickly.
Yes, Dorling is catching me at the wrong time.
Yeah, and as if you are still watching, just put this on in the background while you study. We'll do our best not to put you off, but you went further than I did. So well done for that. So M. Dorling currently last, but on brand new medium tyres, there's a big distance, though, between Dorling and the two Mercedes. And the two Mercedes...
What is the gap there? Do you know?
So total,
are you able to tell?
We are looking about 17 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, yes, they would come out behind Dorling then.
So I don't know if the Mercedes boys will give up track position, but then they will be very rapid towards the very end of this race. So 20 laps left to go after this one. David holding up the Alfa Romeo.
Not intentionally.
No, you're not.
He's not snuck on. He's not rapidly caught up to my rear end. Is the thing. But he will be very rapidly passing me on this next straight. That is for sure.
So I'm on board with Dorling as the Haas rear end approaches very quickly. We move through up into 6th. And David, I guess your challenge now is to stay with Matt for as long as you can.
Yeah, it won't be long. Those tires are 10, 11 laps fresher, I'd say, somewhere around there. And if you look at it, he's already almost pulled DRS on me.
I think what I'm...
And out of one traction zone.
What I'm watching, David, is the timing, or the gap between SS7 in second and Emelecki in third. So Emelecki on 26 lap old mediums. Obviously, SS7 on the same age, but of hards. That Emelecki is gradually dropping back from SS7. So, now, this could, if this happens, Decivest and SS7 will take the, if they took these to the end, they will hold the new record for most number of laps on a single set of tyres.
Yeah, because it's a long way to go on a set of hards, though.
SS7 has
a long way, and I have a feeling people are going to come rapidly through the grid on them.
Well, this is where now Mint and Goat have Mint's gone very wide through Parabolica, so that's let Goat through up into 4th. So this will...
Emelecki is in the pits.
Yeah, Emelecki's in.
Now think, he was 3 or 4 seconds behind me considering the contact, but the gap now is just going to be well over a pit stop distance, I'd want to say. or not quite a full pit stop distance, but he's got a lot of time to make up.
Yeah, I'm going to guess there are going to be about 16, 17 seconds once they come through. There we are, 13 and a half. So that's where they are as they come back on tyres that will take them to the very end. SS7 and Decivest are 10 seconds clear of GOAT, but GOAT is rapid right now.
Yes. I think everybody behind them is faster now.
They are.
Maybe me not being faster, but somewhere around there.
So Mint's tyres, 27 laps old, those mediums. They've got to be thinking of one last switch. And I think if I'm SS7 and Decivest, one of them at least ought to try, I think, a switch. So M Dawling on the back of Mint now. Otherwise,
it just depends on if they think those tires will hold out for over 10 seconds to the end. Because I think everybody has made gone to at least one different tire.
Yeah, everyone's on different. Has made their mandatory switch now. Yeah, so Emma Leckie a second a lap quicker than the cars in front of them. Yeah, Decivest and SS7 still have the lead of this race. Decivest is clearly struggling with grip. Out of the second chicane. Yeah, these Mercedes drivers really have worked well together.
Yes, they have.
8 seconds now, though, between...
Yeah, they're losing 2 seconds a lap. Ooh, that's not going to last long.
I think they really...
But maybe they're looking for that offset to some newer tires to go to the end.
This is an awful lot of time. That's, that wipes out your pit stop pretty much straight away. So towards the end, if they left it much longer, though, they're going to be outside that window that they'll get any benefit from that. They would come out if they were to pit. So SS7 is in.
One of them is in. Yep.
So I do think Decivest and SS7 talk to each other, David. I think they do have an open channel. So
yeah, I don't know if they do, but it would make sense.
There we are. SS7 on softs. Where is SS7 going to come out? You're going to come past now.
Right ahead of Emma Leckie, I believe.
What's happened to Emma?
Because Emma Leckie's going to be carrying a lot of speed.
There goes Emma Leckie. And SS7 has come out in front of them and will have the chicane.
They will close,
They will have the chicane.
But Emma Leckie will close right up to him.
Yep. Emma Leckie with that 3 seconds, but SS7 will be very quick now. So 8.5 seconds to you, David. SS7's already taken half of that.
He will catch that very quickly, yeah. I will agree that he will catch that very quickly.
GOAT is going to have the lead of this race very shortly, though, because Decivest, I assume, is going to be in this lap. They are just coming down the back straight now.
Yeah, it's what, 15, 16, 17 laps to the end? 17, I want to say?
Yeah, so we're at 16 after this one. Yeah, 16 after this one. So that's what... so Decivest is in. They had to do that. So SS7 will be hoping that... We'll see what that undercut looks like. So SS7...
Oh, he's going to come out a few seconds ahead. Yeah. That's for sure.
So Decivest onto some brand new softs as the field passes them by. So GOAT now back into the lead of the race. M Dawling 1.8 seconds back. David in third, 6.6. Decivest SS7 has only just come out in front of Decivest. But Emma Leckie gets past. Oh, no, Emma Leckie doesn't get past Decivest into the chicane. So SS7 not picking up quite as much time as I thought they would on that first lap. So, indeed, Decivest probably using a whole bunch of batteries back within DRS of SS7. Yeah, they used up a whole chunk. Yeah, SS7 have been pushing as well. Well, hang on there, David. It is not all over for you to be on the podium.
No,
yet.
But this is 15 laps I have to survive, and they are rapidly catching, so... it is definitely possible that they catch me. And I'm going to be honest, I think they do.
Well, SS7 doesn't have a penalty. Everyone else does. So you wouldn't necessarily need to fight them. I'll have a look and see the total penalties, actually.
It's 3 seconds for everybody behind me, behind SS7. Yeah.
Yeah. So there goes David T on those 14-lap old mediums. Desaves is right on the rear end of SS7, goes through on the inside into the chicane. Desaves moves back up into fourth. Emelecki has gone with the Mercedes. I don't think these softs, David, are really that quick.
They have a little bit of pace, but it takes a second to get them going. And depending on how much they battle behind, it could play into my hands, but I don't think it's going to play into the hands the exact way I want it to.
We've got a yellow flag, and that was Mint.
Mm.
Let's get down to Mint. Yeah, they've had another moment in the Retifilio chicane, so that it was going so well for Mint at the start of this race, but it wasn't to be. We're going to have a cracking battle for the very end of this. M. Dorling is gradually closing in on Goat. It's around about 1.7 seconds, but they're gradually getting there.
To give context, the soft tires have gained a second on me this lap.
Yeah, I think they have switched those on now, David.
They have switched on and they are coming, but just slowly but surely. A death by 1,000 cuts is coming my way.
It is. But if you can hang on the back, you'll take the positions from Desaves and Emelecki. Desaves is the fastest, that 121.120. Another yellow flag. That was Mint again. I think Mint may be... well, Mint needs to keep going. Keep going, Mint. You'll get points for your first time out on the Iron Man. So keep going. I wonder if they might be coming into the pits. I think they are. Yeah, they're into the pits, Mint. So I reckon they've hit something. DNF for Mint. So it's all the way down to 6th. That's as far as anyone can go now. Another yellow flag. Oh, that is...
it's just still for Mint.
That is from Mint. Okay.
The soft tires are almost within DRS of me.
There goes Desaves. There goes SS7. There goes Emelecki. Very aggressive line through Ascari from Desaves. And then there's an 11-second gap from David to M. Dorling. Got another yellow flag.
It's while his car is retiring.
Oh, is that what it is?
It'll be out the way before we get there, yeah.
Oh, is it just on the AI? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So, Goat leads the way, 1.5 seconds. Desaves going around the outside, trying to, of David.
Very slight tap, and I made sure he didn't spin, and I'm not going to fight him on it too hard. I don't want to spin somebody out. No, that's not the way to go.
No. Look like yeah, it's always tight through there. I think you both gave each other room. So SS7 through on David as well. Emelecki tucks back in behind. Now the Mercedes need to get after M. Dorling and Goat Ghosty. I don't think they'll have enough time unless they can make up a second a lap, and we'll have a four-way fight for the end of this race. Emelecki going around the outside of David.
I'm going to let him have that one. There's no way I win that battle.
You don't need to.
No, it's just to stick with him.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't need to. All right, so Desaves blinking away up front there, having worked hard to get up into third. Could be Desaves' first podium, I think, David, if they stay there.
That 3-second penalty is going to hurt him because his teammate will snatch it from him. As of right now, I would still snatch the podium. I would snatch a position from him. But I don't know how long I can hold on to these guys. That's going to be the test.
These, those mediums are going to be very old coming into that. But it might be worth the fastest lap shot. Because if possible, that's the plan. But I have to stay out until the very last moment to keep these guys ahead from
thinking about doing it too. Like Imaleki, he could still go for it too if I pit too early for it.
I've gone right back to the front now. So Matt
Yeah.
is now within DRS of Goat. So I think Matt's been playing the long game here. They've not pushed hard. They've just gradually closed in on Goat.
He had some very good pace around here in that Elite League race, and was very close to winning it had it not been for that safety car call. I think he might have been able to win it otherwise.
This literally could be won on the last lap in the last moment. Ah, David, the 3 second K.
Yeah, it finally happened. These tires are well past their best moment.
On board with Matt as he flies past Goat Ghosty in the Alpine. Assumes the lead of this race into the chicane. Now, Goat will want to stick with the Alfa Romeo for as long as they can. SS7 has got through on Decives.
I think SS7 guarantees himself a podium there with everybody behind him having a 3 second penalty.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they've got the pace to get on the back of Goat and
No, those two who up there are just gone today.
It's gradually closing down, but not fast enough. 10 laps left to go.
Yeah, I way overfueled this one.
What are you running now?
I started at like 3.7. Well, like 3.2, but then the safety car saved some more. I'm at 3.6 laps extra. So that is definitely not helping either.
No. That's a lot of extra
some
weight.
Extra weight that I do not need.
How many laps, sorry, did you put in extra?
I put in like 3 laps extra thinking it would burn, but it just did not burn as much as I expected.
Decives is going quick again. Another purple sector too. Looking down the inside of SS7 one more time. Into Parabolica. Thinks better of that. I think actually if these Mercedes drivers... Well, actually, do you know what? The Mercedes have picked up a second that lap alone. And if they keep exchanging DRS here, Mileki will have something to say about this as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could get interesting. Because those medium tyres for Dawling and Ghosty are not the freshest, that's for sure. Not entirely out of reach yet. You must be feeling it, David. So 19 laps now.
Oh, yeah. These tires are definitely feeling it compared to theirs up ahead. Plus, I've not had the best of laps. The consistency has not really been there.
Do you know what? At this pace, they're now... these Mercedes are definitely a second and a half a lap quicker. Definitely. This gap to go is closing all the time. It's down to 9 seconds now. Oh, that's 8.7. They are so much quicker through anything that resembles a bend. This is... Yeah. I can see this going all the way.
They're going.
5. Challenging for this.
And just are they going to be able to hold out? When do those soft tires hit the cliff?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Well, I think we said around lap 9 or 10 it started to feel pretty horrible. So... But because they're exchanging DRS all the time, Emileki's just sitting there.
Yeah, it definitely helps you. Yeah, if you're second in that train, if you're third in that train, there's just nothing you can do.
And Emeleki has battery, whereas the Mercedes do not. So, this is going to be interesting. So, Matt and Goat have exchanged positions one more time, starting on lap 45. Yeah, the battle right now is right at the front, and for third, fourth, and fifth. Although
2 good battles taking place, and they're trying to make it all into.
Matt seems to have a better line through Ascari. I think just manages to hold that Alfa Romeo much tighter line than Goat's able to. I must admit, I did like their setup. It's a shame I just couldn't drive it. Matt will have...
Yeah, they need to start swapping the DRS up there themselves to counteract that DRS train behind them.
The Mercedes not making much of a dent this time, so it's still just the best part of 9 seconds. That gap, I mean, about half a second. You're going to have to go some, though, and I think Emma Leckie
I did it, though.
There.
No speeding into the pit lane today.
You got to remember your save or not? Is that not an issue today? Your PlayStation save?
Oh no, yeah, we're good. There's been nothing significant to save, so there's been nothing that's happened for the last hour. I feel like for me, everything's been very clean. The closest was the very slight contact I gave to Decibes, but it didn't affect anything at the end of the day.
Obo, you're definitely right. The race is for first here. I think SS7, as you rightly say, is nailed on for third. If their teammate helps them get on the back of this, then maybe they've got a shout, but I think they're going to run out of laps here. They are still closing in. It's just down to about just over 8 seconds. And these mediums are only getting older, but so are those softs. So, and those softs will fall off a cliff much quicker than these mediums will. I think mediums are the race tyre. I think that's the preferred race
definitely.
tyre.
They felt great for quite a while, but then, yeah.
And at this rate, it looks like whoever's got the lead going into Parabolica on the last lap is going to lose. I think it's as simple as that.
You never know. It depends on how much battery they got. You may be able to hold off with some battery. It'll be close, though.
Actually, the finish line does come pretty early on the straight, doesn't it? So
yeah,
it's certainly, I could see it being side by side. Will we get our first ever draw? That would be
that would be an interesting one.
So I am focused on this battle between Goat Ghosty and M Dawling for understandable reasons. SS7, 7.7 seconds now, with another 6 laps to go after
They're slowly
this one.
gaining.
And they've switched again, Decibes and SS7. They do need to be lapping a second a lap quicker. Fortunately, Matt and Goat are not forcing each other to fight. So that is meaning that they can tow each other along here. They probably do see that challenge coming. Matt back through on Goat, back into the lead. As we see the Mercedes switch one more time also. And Malecki holding station there. Ooh, well, they were, but Decibes looked to go a little bit deep. And Emeleki, I think, saw a gap, but decided not to. Emeleki does need to get past Decibes if they want fourth. So with that penalty, unless... Oh, if you can see on your screen, David, it's...
Let's go! I'll take that.
There we go, 120.439. I didn't mean to distract you on your fastest lap attempt.
No, you're good. You're good. I had it.
Excellent. Well, that won't be beaten. That's for sure.
Well, I've got to close in about 3-4 more seconds to guarantee it.
That's another point.
Because the idea was go for it now, then pull ahead enough to where Emeleki doesn't get a chance, or Decibes, to pit and come out ahead of me to have a chance at it themselves and still beat me. Well, Emeleki with another 3-second penalty, though.
That's Emeleki's race done as well, unless they decide they've probably got enough to get in pit soft tires if they have.
It's going to be close
and go for fastest.
It's going to be very close.
They've probably got enough time.
He'd have to do it on this next lap, otherwise I'd probably fall into that pit window and then he doesn't get it anymore. Because you bet if he comes out behind me, parking the bus. Parking the bus.
There's a big American bus in the way.
I'm pulling Owen.
That 49 and 53. This has been, I know we haven't had many drivers out there, but this has been a really brilliant race.
Still
to watch.
A really good battle.
Really good to watch. Plenty to keep us entertained. I'm a bit disappointed I wasn't able to be as much of a part of it, but 3 DNFs today. Mint, Mr. Hannes and myself, so that's a shame. But nonetheless, it's been very good to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, the only other thing I think, Emeleki might be harrying Decives into perhaps making a mistake.
It's worth a try.
That's the only option.
You got to try whatever you can.
Yeah, the Mercedes are not going to reach M. Dorling and Goat Ghosty. That gap's pretty much stabilised around about 7 seconds now. SS7 is being pushed by Emeleki, but again, they don't need to fight either of these two. They can stay right with them. And indeed, I think they'll just let them both past here. Ooh, there's a very close. Oh, and Emeleki's off into the wall.
Oh, no.
Now, what happened there? It got very close between SS7 and Emeleki. Emeleki's made its way through the barrier. They've got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Gotta love those.
I don't think that was entirely their fault, though, I would say.
No, the game loves to give out some penalties from if you cut that chicane, no matter how much you try and slow it down.
So it was very close between SS7 and Emeleki. I think it was SS7 rather than Decives. But yeah, Emeleki went on and has slipped back into 5th. David, you're closing them down.
Well, he could definitely pit and get fastest lap, but he does not beat me on track at that point. So if he wants to score the points on track, he can still get it, because there's no way I close 20 seconds on him. But I think if he wants fastest lap, he'd give up a point that way.
Right.
I knew best I was getting with 6, so I was like, might as well just take the fastest lap with me. But yeah.
Now, what's happened? What's happened to Matt?
Oh no!
What's happened to Matt? He's slowed right down. Has he run out of fuel?
I don't know what just happened there.
Puncture, maybe? I think puncture, maybe? I think Matt may have a puncture.
I don't know. But that's such a weird one to see all of a sudden.
He's accelerating again. I think they've run out of fuel. No, maybe not. I think they've run out of fuel.
Oh, wow.
I think that may be it. Suddenly...
I'm shocked that it is punishing them so hard for it. Because Ghosty finished the race with half a lap under and just took off. It was able to keep going.
So that's a shocker. Steering wheel, just see if I can get any clues. I've never spent this much time looking at the steering wheel in this game. So I'm trying to work out where the fuel gauge would be. It seems to be up and running. No, they've got a real problem here. Can't tell if it's a puncture or not. Doesn't look to be.
No, you'd see one of the tires if it was a puncture.
That is still going.
Oh, one of the Mercedes is off. Decives.
Yeah. Decives has lost it. I wonder if tyres maybe are giving up, maybe, or...
It'd be a shock to me if tires are giving up at this point. Also...
It's got to be fuel for that. Because SS7 is right on the back now of M. Dorling. Emeleki with them also. We're on lap 52 of 53. Goat Ghosty's just disappeared up the road.
Yeah.
The way that
is shocking.
The way that Matt just almost stopped on the straight suggested to me fuel. But they've still got some pace here at the minute all of a sudden. So whether that was a technical issue, maybe... I know he's had problems with his pedals and wheels before. So whether
we're going to have to wait and hear from him at the end of the race, because that is a shocker. And also, if anybody wants fastest lap, they have to pit this lap. If they can't get it anymore, unless they just get it outright without pitting for new tires.
Yeah, they can't get it now. So you've got that one nailed on. Emeleki's got past SS7, but obviously has a whole bunch of time penalties. Matt is back under pressure again now.
Yeah.
Something is going on. I've got to imagine it's a technical issue, because for one moment they have pace, the next minute they don't. Something's happened. The last time it happened, it was down the start-finish straight, and they just stopped. Emeleki's
that's a weird one.
Maleki's got past. Dorling's defending. SS7 looks down the inside, goes too deep. I think Matt's got a technical issue because SS7 just ghosted through on the Alfa Romeo all of a sudden there. This has gone from bad to worse for Matt here, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see what's going on in the Twitch, in the Discord chat, because if I come away from the game will pause because of the way I'm streaming tonight, folks. So,
Yeah.
So SS7 is currently 4th on track. Emalecki is currently 2nd on track, but has
but they would swap.
Huge penalty.
I believe.
So Dorling's still going to get.
Just Emalecki would drop behind them.
Let's got to get up to the front because Goat is going to come round the final corner in just a moment. Goat is going to take victory here. We were robbed of a grandstand finish, but all credit to Goat. They have kept it going to the very end of this race. Goat comes over to win the grand finale of the Iron Man. Well done, Goat. Brilliant drive. Brilliant drive. M. Dorling is coming over to take second. Emalecki takes...
SS7 was disqualified.
What happened there? What happened there? So,
I think... What
has gone on? So, Emalecki is 3rd. Desafes is 4th.
Yeah, what happened to SS7 there?
SS7
and SS7 just drops. I'm very curious as to what happened there.
Well, have we just blown the game up? So, what has happened there? Well, David, congratulations on 5th. So I can say.
I am willing, depending on what happened to SS7 there, I'm still thinking I finished 6th. Because I don't know what just happened to SS7.
I do not understand.
Dorling's wheel disconnected.
It was that. Okay, we did through a process of elimination. That's kind of what we, the conclusion we reached. And yeah, so SS7 has no idea how he DSQ'd. Yeah, there's an apology from Mint to Emalecki for the lock-up into that rear-ended them. Well, yeah, there's just looking at the Discord chat. Well, I have no idea how he sorted that out. So, one way or another, we will do our best to keep your eye on the Discord, folks. If you're connected to us, then we'll actually work out who won.
Wow.
As far as the final classification, Goat was the winner, and then came M. Dorling. I think rightly so. Emalecki gets 3rd. Desafes 4th, David C 5th, and then everyone else gets nothing, either for DNFing or for a disqualification. But I'm sure there'll be some inquiries about that. David, fastest lap, extra point, 1:20.439.
Yeah, I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll absolutely take it. An extra point, I'll take it. That gives me both a pole and a fastest lap this season, but no podium. I just barely missed out.
Oh, that's just bonkers. Well, it really did all happen in that. In the end.
Wow, what was that ending, man?
So we can try and work it out now, David. So, well, I don't know if we can. So
where did Desavez finish in the end there?
I think they were 3rd, weren't they? I seem to remember.
It was Goat,
it would be
Dorling.
4th.
Yeah, then it
5th.
would be.
Depends.
It was Goat, Dorling, either Desavez or SS7 finished next, correct? Depending on if SS7 gets reinstated back into the order,
if SS7
he would have
gets
been
reinstated,
next.
they should be 3rd, I think.
Yeah, and if not, Desavez still finished 3rd.
Yeah.
So that means Mercedes is the Constructors' Champion.
There we go. You heard it here first, folks. Mercedes are the Constructors' Champion. I think that's right. Then it will be Aston Martin with points from
Ferrari, maybe.
Emalecki. Well, Ferrari.
I think it's Ferrari.
Oh no, sorry, Ferrari 2nd. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah,
Ferrari 2nd. Then Aston will take 3rd. So that's how that one will play out. And if we try and have a quick look at the driver standings, we'll do our best. There's going to be 2 versions of this.
Waiting to see. I think Emalecki finished what? Either ahead of SS7 or 2 positions behind him, which still gives Imoleki second. So no matter what, Imoleki will finish second.
Correct.
SS7 will finish third.
No one else gets close to.
Charlie will get fourth.
Yeah.
Ghosty will finish fifth. M. Dorling sixth.
Are you gonna make you 7?
Desives would have me.
Okay.
Because he's getting either 5 or 4 points ahead of me, and he was only 3 behind me. So Desives would finish ahead of me, and then it's me. Then it goes down the rest of the order from there. So then Oboe, Subtle, Hannes, Spicy, all the way down. But a very close one there at the end. A lot of battles that were still there up until the end.
It really was. Well, yeah, just looking back, David, I was quite looking forward to the Iron Man, but I didn't quite realise it would be this much fun to do. Actually, I think we all prefer the 50% races, but I've got to say I have enjoyed these 100% ones. They've been it's been good to be part of, and the racing's been good, even though we've had a small field. Yeah,
it's something different that gives you something else to do, and it's not always it's still competitive, but it is not as high octane competitive as the Elite League. I will be honest, the level of intensity between them is not quite as much.
No.
They're still high, but nowhere near as much as that Elite. Those Elite races, whew.
There's no way, well, I certainly would know this, I couldn't race in the Elite League and talk. I struggle enough in these ones. So I think you just need 100% focus in those. But in the Iron Man, it's a lot of fun to do. We've had some great guests on this channel with Oboe in the past as well, your good self, David. I've had Ace Pilot on here. We've had Baggysaurus, or Rio as we know him, in the commentary. And we were hoping to have M. Dorling with us as well today, and we'd have heard their troubles firsthand, but sadly their daughter stole their microphone, so they couldn't come and speak to us. So we'll get Matt, I think, into the next season of Iron Man. I hope SS7 sets this up for season 2, which will be on F124. Have you purchased F124 yet, David, or are you waiting for that to hit the shelves? Or have I lost you, David?
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I actually muted.
Right.
I have purchased it. I will try and play it some this upcoming weekend. I'll see how it feels. I will also be adjusting my assists into it, so I will be slow at first. So don't expect any miracles from me. And I'll probably be spinning quite a bit very early on. But we'll see. And I'm actually I'm really hoping the Iron Man continues, even with the attendance we have. It's still great racing and something fun to do.
It is. Do you know what? I've just grabbed. So SS7 has uploaded.
Yes, I've seen it myself. That is absurd.
So I'm going to bring it up on the screen just for posterity. We'll record this for the benefit of everyone. Hopefully it will play. We'll see. We bring it up. So this is what we see from SS7. Now, my apologies, anyone, if we've got SS7's mic on this, because we might get some choice words coming across. So I'm not sure.
No, there's nothing.
So
bad
they're coming over
clip.
the line. They're just coming over the line. What happens there?
And it just absolutely nothing, and then it just disqualifies him. I've never seen that happen.
I'm just going to make this fit the whole screen. I'm going to play it again because I didn't have a clue what was going on there. Right, let's try that again. Let's replay that. Right, so there we are. You can see that a bit better. So they're coming over the line in fourth. They're going to get third.
Because of penalties, yeah, and then
disqualified.
Poof. And then it just disqualified, and I'm like,
what?
I know he used multiple different sets of tires because he started softs, went hards, and went back to softs. So it's not the tires. I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
Well, one last
It's
time.
so bizarre.
So I'm just watching one last time, third time lucky, to see if there's anything. They come over the line, which is there. Well, you can hear the laughing from SS7. In
Yeah, he's like,
disbelief.
what?
And, well, there we go. Interesting.
That is a bizarre one.
Suffice to say, I think SS7 will be collecting third place.
Yes. Even with that, he still finishes behind Imaleki in the standings overall by few points. Let me go look at it and see. Because Imaleki was 7 ahead, and Imaleki finishes 5th, SS7 3rd. When he gets reinstated, I don't think it's even an if at this point. When he would end up at 5 points behind. No, he would. SS7 would score 5 points more, but still be 2 points behind Imaleki.
Yeah.
So
I think they're nailed on for that.
very good one though.
Yeah.
Once my brain sorted all that out.
Our usual conversation we didn't speak much about in the race because it never became an issue. But fuel for you, how much did you have left? Did you look as you came over the finish line?
Way too much. I could have done another 5 laps probably.
Yeah, I think we were both very overfueled for that one, but that's spending too much time racing around Singapore. All right. We got Matt in the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The unfortunateness.
Yeah, that race did not go your
way.
way.
The unfortunate
Matt.
wheel disconnects. Matt, that wheel has not been kind to you in Iron Man at all. I could understand you wanting to go chunk that into a bin.
We were really waiting for the last lap battle between you and Goat. It was building up wonderfully, and then you just stopped on the start-finish line.
Yeah, the wheel hates it. You and that wheel are gonna have some heart-to-heart conversation to figure out why it does not want you to get some victories around here. Whew.
Well, that deserves a very special emote on this channel, I think. So
the wheel disconnect.
The wheel disconnect. I'm going to have a spinning 44 up on the screen, I think, for that one. At least I get some ideas for those. All right.
No, you should make it a 404.
Yeah.
Error 404 disconnected.
That's about right.
That would be a good one.
Well,
Man.
Matt, you'll have to come and join us next time, assuming we do this again in season 2. In F1 24. Hopefully, we'll keep these Iron Man races coming, and you'll come and join us in the commentary as we do it. It will be good to hear your perspective, although I dare say you were concentrating quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, David, I'm going to say goodbye. I think we'll let these folks go about the rest of their day, catch the end of the Indy 500 if it's still going on, and.
Yeah, I forgot that was today too.
And we will see you all, folks, for the penultimate round of the G-Force Racing Elite League on Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time. Oh, no, it'll be 7:45.
15 minutes early.
Yeah.
You got a sprint race.
Sprint race.
Mm-hmm.
So, be there early. It's not over yet after M1 Righty's disaster last week. The championship is not yet done. It's open for Maxi and SS7, so both Mercedes drivers can catch.
They theoretically have a chance, but if they don't outscore M1 by a good margin, I'll try and figure out the margins later today of how much they would need to outscore M1 by to keep it going. But it is 98% M1 to win this championship at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to see M1 losing it, but they only need a week bear in mind, sprint week, we've got 2 races paying points. 33
points, 33 points on offer this next week. And that would pull if SS7 took a max 33 points and M1 scores none, SS7 is still 10 points behind going into the final race. So realistically, to the absolute bare minimum, it locks the championship 100% regardless. If M1 finishes 3rd or higher, guaranteed championship win. That is if SS7 wins both races with fastest lap.
Right.
So.
Ooh, yeah. Well, that pressure's going to be on for everyone else, but and I think if M1 gets to Qatar with any form of lead, they're unlikely to lose there. We saw their battle with SHS Predestinato last season. Although, David, you know that result very, very well from Qatar last time.
Oh, yes. Ooh, that was a favorite of mine. I don't think I will ever race Qatar again in an Elite League race because of that, because I don't want to say that I did not finish second the last time I raced around there in the league. I want to be able to hold that because that is the greatest accomplishment I've had. That was pure pace, a little bit of luck, and it just went my way against probably one of the toughest grids that we had at the time too.
Oh, for sure.
SHS, M1, SS7, Panzerato, Dorling, unfortunately had disconnects in that one. A lot of guys that are up there. So to take second, I'm happy with it.
Well, we've got Qatar and Brazil to come. That's going to close us out for Season 3 in the G-Force Racing Elite League, and it's going to close us out for our time with F1 23. And we'll do it all again with F1 24 with, as we saw today, I hope Mint Block is back with us for next season as well. They've got some real pace to burn. They were very, very quick around Monza. They would be a great addition to the league. Well, thanks, folks, for watching. Thanks for being here. Come and join us again Wednesday. David, thanks ever so much for your company once again, my friend.
Always. This seems to be a staple now. Just might as well stick with it. Makes it fun.
Yeah, well, I hope you do. And to all of you for watching, thanks for being here. Thanks to our drivers. And we'll see you next time on M1 Racing. Have a great week ahead. See you all very, very soon. Bye for now.